What's up? This is the Objective Jerk, and I'm said jerk. Expat, living in the Philippines, uses microphone as therapy, right? And I speak to my microphone as my therapist, but then all you guys hear it. I don't know. Somebody told me that I need to have that in the beginning to kind of explain to people kind of my style of podcast, I guess. Like I have the description. I don't know if it's the same on every kind of social media platform, but basically that's what I say. I just say like, use my microphone as my therapy or whatever. Like I should have that in the title, in the little intro maybe, or I just say it every time when I say Objective Jerk, I guess. How I just did it was horrible though. I didn't really put any thought into it. I need to be like, this is the Objective Jerk, and I'm said jerk. Or I'm a jerk that uses my microphone as a therapist. Join me for my therapy session. I don't know. Anyway, what's up? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. Hope things are going good for you. I kind of had like a crazy day yesterday. It was a good day. I got some stuff done. I had this little project that I had to get done. It didn't turn out quite like I wanted, but it's fine. It involved staining, and the color I thought it was going to be a little different. And I'm not like a pro stainer. I don't do it all the time, so I can't really. And my wife, she really wanted a different, like, I built this little shelf in our kitchen. Like I couldn't even say built really. It's just, I got a piece of wood. It's like this older wood that was laying around. I cut it to length and I cut little notches in the corner. And it basically just sits on like a little beveled, like, tile that goes around. So I didn't have to mount like screws or do anything. I just basically set it on there, and it's like this nice little shelf. And I didn't have any stain or anything, so I just got like used cooking oil, and I just, put that on there to help kind of seal it, right? And my wife like loves it. She's like, "Oh, that looks great." That's what she wanted this new project to be, but we actually went and bought stain that we thought looked like kind of similar to it. It just didn't turn out. It's not bad. It's just not what we were, picturing in our mind's eye. It bothers her more than it bothers me. But anyway, sometimes I guess the simplest things are much better. But anyway, so, I did that yesterday, but the morning started off just crazy. I'm trying not to kind of spend the whole episode talking about this, so I'm trying to not. So we have this Shih Tzu, right, that we bought for my father when we moved here, because he had a Shih Tzu in the States, but we couldn't bring him because he was really old and everything. And we just thought maybe he might not make it. So we bought a Shih Tzu when we were here. It was a female. And, but then he passes and stuff. When we have her, but then we had, our dogs, and she just kind of she didn't seem like she was happy. Maybe picked on a little bit, So we gave her to one of my wife's aunts who likes the Shih Tzus. The thing is, she basically, she didn't do a puppy farm, but she had like 2 litters, and, she sold those puppies, and then kind of like, it just kind of seemed like she didn't want her anymore. You know what I mean? And it was like, and she just didn't look the greatest. Like her fur just looked like a heroin addict, you know what I mean? Just greasy and just unkempt, and so we were like, so we kind of felt bad. And at this time so when she did have those puppies, I'm trying to like share this story as quick as possible, but she had a male that my wife's dad wanted, right? So that he had it for a little while, but he's old. He can't really take care of the animal, so it ends up being his like keeper maid kind of person, and she just basically left them in a kennel all the time. Like every time we went over there, he was inside the kennel. So we start feeling bad for him. So we're like, oh my gosh, okay, let him. We'll take him and see what happens. So we've had him for a while now, and then Gracie comes back. So now we're back. Here we are again. I personally don't like Shih Tzus. I just don't. They're not dogs that I like. I mean, they're very loyal, but I think they're stupid. I think I've talked about that before. And so I just, whatever. But anyway, so the female, Gracie, she's been, she looked, like when we got her back, she looked a little rough, right? We've been trying to feed. I think she needs to live in a home with no other dogs, really, so we're trying to feed her. She's very picky, and we're trying to give her like the little soft stuff and here and there, but then she still eats some dry food and whatnot. And she starts putting on weight, right? And then I'm like, okay, cool. She's putting on some weight. And then we take her to the vet to get groomed and stuff. And the vet's like, well, she's anemic. And they didn't want to do anything with her because, she's not completely well, So it's like, okay. So brought her back home, and then we're going to, she's like, bring her back and we can start kind of putting her on some sort of treatment to kind of get her out of being anemic, right? I mean, we have some stuff that we give her here, and so then, not last night, but the night before, we come home and she's like, sitting in a corner or whatever, this net, and she's all wet, right? My wife's like, gosh, she's all wet. Did she like pee on herself and sit in it? What's going on? And we're thinking like she's got parvo, but she doesn't go out anywhere. How the hell? We're like, what is going on with her? But so we put her in the bathroom. We kind of set up a little bed and make sure she's got some food and water. And we're like, okay, we're going to have to take her to the vet tomorrow. And then we close the door, right? I get up at 4, except for today because I stayed up kind of late last night finishing up my project. But I get up at 4 usually, and it gives me time to drink coffee, wake up, I watch some news videos, get the lay of the land and kind of whatever, think about some stuff. Sometimes I'll be productive. A lot of times I won't be, but so I go into the bathroom and there's just like, it's a mess. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, there's all kinds of different colored like fluid stuff. And I'm just like, what the hell? I was like, did she just crap all over? And she's sitting there kind of doing something. And I'm like, what is going on? So I kind of am walking around, and then I see it's a puppy. She gave birth. She wasn't gaining weight. She was pregnant. Now,
stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. And she got pregnant here because we didn't get her. She was not pregnant when we got her. It's been longer than that. So the thing is, she had to have gotten pregnant from her own son, right? So a little while back, she was in heat, and we had to keep the two Shih Tzus separate, for obvious reasons. Dogs don't care if it's their mom or whatever. They don't know, So Gracie was basically backyard and in our room, and the other dog was in the front, So we kept them separate so that she would not get pregnant from her son. I got to get him fixed. I keep saying it. I keep like, oh, I got to do it. And then we do something else. We get something else done. Because he likes to pee on stuff too inside. So I need to get him fixed. Definitely because of this. But anyway, so Oh wait, no, I messed up my story. I'll go back to it though. Um, so we had them separate and then we at a certain point we're like, okay, I think she's not she's not in heat anymore. We let her out and the dogs didn't seem to care. But either I don't know what happened. Either he got in the back or he got with her sometime. But I mean, they get stuck though, so you would notice, you would see it. I don't know. Somehow, either while she was in heat, or is like at the end when we thought she was no longer in heat, she must have been still in heat, and maybe that's probably when it happened. But I don't know. So it was just a shock. We had no idea she was pregnant, and so like I said, I messed up the story a little bit. I went in the bathroom, and when I was looking around, I saw behind the door, it was like a puppy, like fetus, but it didn't look like fully developed. You know what I mean? It was just laying there on the ground. Didn't look, looked like it was stillborn. And I was just like, what the, at first I didn't realize what it was. And then I was like, oh my God, that's a puppy. And then I look at her again, and that's what she's doing. She's like, so there's a puppy in his placenta sac hanging out of her, and she's like licking it and doing her thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, okay, so she got pregnant by her son. So all these dogs are, I mean, I know with animals it's not quite the same as when people have incest and have produced offspring and stuff like that, but still, as far as I know, it causes more problems and health issues and things like that. And then case in point, so she had 5 puppies and they all died. They were all stillborn. There was one that was kind of moving and was trying, and I tried to like rub that. That's the one I think she was dealing with when I first saw her. And I, was drying it and rubbing it. I got a sucker to suck fluid out, and it looked like it was trying to breathe. But, yeah, they all passed away, which I'm relieved. I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm relieved, because it's like, first of all, I didn't want any puppies, but second, they're gonna, I don't know, maybe that sounds bad, but I tried to help the one, but I wasn't like upset that it didn't make it, But so dealt with that, and it was just like, holy crap. And we had an appointment for her to get the treatment, her and my other dog. And we didn't bring her, obviously, because she just spent the whole night or early morning going into labor. I feel bad for her, going through all that crap. And actually, she was right here. So now we're going to, I don't know, maybe on Monday, just wanted to give her a couple days rest. And then hopefully take her in and hopefully get her straight. Because when you look at her compared to her son, their coats and everything, it's like night and day. We give her like doggy vitamins and stuff for her coat and try and feed her, but it's like it's just not working, So hopefully the vet can give her some stuff and something new, and we can get her back on track. But anyway, so there was that. See, I'm at 13 minutes already, man. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about it. But yeah, so that was just kind of crazy. I just can't believe that we didn't notice it. You know what I mean? I just thought she was gaining weight. But the thing is like there was a couple times when like I was trying to because she don't like to go outside. Like I have to make her go out. I mean, sometimes she will open the door, she'll go outside and pee. But a lot of times I have to pick her up and put her outside because she doesn't want to go outside. She thinks she's gonna be stuck out there all day, I guess. I don't know. But there was a couple times when I went to go pick her up and she was like, like, kind of like, and I'm like, well, what are you biting at me? What are you doing? Why are you barking at me? And I think, because she was pregnant and she was like, protecting her, whatever. So yeah, now it kind of makes all sense, but that was just kind of crazy. feel bad for her though. So that's kind of what was my day yesterday. And then I spent the rest of the day sanding wood and staining and doing various things. And then connecting, hooking my TV back up and doing all that kind of stuff. So by the time I got everything connected and working, it was like 11 o'clock, and I just took a shower and went to bed. I slept good though, man. I ain't gonna lie. My alarm went off at 6, and I was like, dang, I slept hard. I love that. I love when you fall asleep, but then you wake up and it's just like, what? It's time to get up, but you're refreshed, and you're like, dang, man, it's already morning. I love that. That means I didn't wake up once, toss and turn, or nothing. It was just I was out. So that's kind of what's been going on with me. What's going on with you guys? So the tariffs, right? I hate people, like, I don't know, it's just so annoying. You know, the whole tariff things and all this stuff that's going on. It's like, America, we've been getting screwed up the butt with tariffs. And it's like they're finally showing, like, you know, oh, this is how much people have tariffs against us and this and that. So some people are like, oh, okay, crap, you know, because the media makes it look like that Trump's like inventing tariffs and nobody tariffs us. And you know what I mean? It's just like, it's so ridiculous. But, and then you have people like, oh, well, nothing's getting better and this and that. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, how stupid are they? They're just disingenuous or stupid. And it's like, it's just like a credit score, you know? It takes a long time to build up a good credit score, and it can take a month to ruin it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's the same thing. It's like, it takes time to build back stuff. Oh, I didn't want to say build back better. But yeah, so basically Biden bought a bunch of things on credit, didn't pay it or was late, ruined our credit, and now Trump's trying to get our credit back up. And that's an analogy, but it's kind of what it is. And it takes a little time, you know. People are just retarded. Let's see. So, this guy on the news. See, this is why it's good to not jump on any kind of news, anything, and give your opinion right away, because you got to wait for the information to get out. So a guy was arrested for leaving his children at McDonald's. There's like 3 of them. One of them was a year old. I want to say like 1, like 6 and 10 or something like that. And he got arrested, and then he said that he was, or what was put out was he went to a job interview. So then people were like started feeling sorry for him. Football players started a GoFundMe, raised like $80,000 and all this stuff. And then come to find out, yeah, he wasn't at a job interview, or he did a job interview, I think, but it was only like 30 minutes. So he should have been back within 30 minutes. But then he went somewhere else to get, you know, booty call or whatever, because he was gone for 2 hours. And a lot of people were like, dude, you know, what job interview takes 2 hours? So that's why they were kind of questioning it, you know. 30 minutes, an hour, okay, that's realistic. But 2 hours, it's like, did you have to do like a physical test too? You know, it's like, it's, you know, it was kind of obvious. It wasn't quite what the guy was saying. So now, yeah, so you had people like, oh my gosh, you know, siding with the guy and this and that. And then now they're like, oh crap. That's why you can't just jump on some bandwagon immediately. Wait till you get all the facts, right? But yeah, so it's crazy. And then so now, like, also Russell Brand is he's being charged of, you know, rape, unconsensual sex, and all this stuff. And I was just like, what? This is crazy. And then you look, it's like, it's from like 20 to 25 years ago. It's like, okay, whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's just all bullshit. In England, too. England is like turning into some crap, dude. Like their knife attacks are up like 40% or something. It's huge. They have strict gun laws, but they got knife attacks. And that's what, you try and tell the liberal idiots in America, okay, if you get rid of guns, which they never will, but if you're to get rid of guns, these people will find other ways to commit harm and do whatever. They'll go to knives. Then they'll ban knives. Then they're going to make, mix in certain chemicals to suffocate people, or, you know what I mean? Like, people will find a way. They'll go to bats and... Oh, I forgot. I bought some lozenges to kind of help me from my mucus when I do my podcast. I had one open. I forgot I was going to do that. So I was going to start taking these before. So I'm not all like... Because I listen to my podcast, and I almost deleted one after the fact because... I did that. It was just like, and I'm spitting loogies and stuff. And I'm like, oh, God, who wants to listen to that? But I didn't. I left it on. But I was like, I need to get something to kind of clear my stuff. I was actually going pretty good till just now. And then I can't find the one I had open. Anyway, I'm almost done, so it's kind of pointless at this point, right? So what were we talking about? England? Yeah, people find a way, man. It's just, you can't just ban something because people use it as popular. They're going to find other things. You got to deal with the people, not the inanimate object that crazy people use. Because there was a kid who stabbed another kid in the heart at a track meet or something. So from what I gather, and again, you don't see a whole lot of, and this is a black dude killed a white kid, but no one gives a shit, right? Dude, it's two kids. One is dead. It's fucked up. But it was like a track meet, and they had tents set up for different teams or schools or something. And this kid was sitting at the tent, and then supposedly, and this is from his brother who was there, said that he told the guy, hey, this is, you're at the wrong tent, whatever, this and that. And then, an argument ensues, and then he ends up getting stabbed. Now, that's not a whole lot of information. Is it possible that the white kid that got stabbed, said some things or was kind of a dick or something like that? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But that doesn't mean he deserved to get stabbed in the heart. It kind of seems like the black kid was trying to start something because he was sitting and then he was just waiting for someone or that guy to say so, or who knows? I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of curious to see what's going to come of it. What's actual, because it does seem kind of a little weird. But so the kid had a knife, and then what they're going to ban knives. They're banning all these different knives in England. So you banned guns. Okay, now you got people stabbing everybody. Now let's try and ban knives and swords. It's how stupid are you? It's I don't know. I just don't understand. It's because it's the liberal mentality is, the easy wrong over the hard right. You know what I mean? They do stuff that is kind of easy to do that looks like it might fix it, or at least it'll help briefly, but it's not going to do anything in the long term. The left cannot look at things in the long term. Just like the tariffs and all the taxes and the stuff going on, not taxes, but the tariffs and everything. It's it's gonna affect some people with stocks. It's gonna hurt their portfolio briefly. Some things will cost more for a little while and stuff, but in the long run, it's gonna help. See, they can see in the future. They can look long term when it comes to climate, right? oh, there's not going to be any clouds for our grandchildren, or what, it's like, but yeah, anything else that they can't, I don't know. I just don't, and it's both sides, but man, mainly it is the left though. And the stories that they try and push, like the Russell Brand thing, like they're just going hard pushing that. And it's just, the whole thing is ridiculous. Anything the left puts out there is just like, this is stupid. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's obvious, but they still, you know what I mean? Like the headline, oh, Russell Brand accused of whatever, this and that. Okay, well, maybe put in there from 20 to 25 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like, no, they won't do that. It's like they're trying to maybe they're trying to distract from the fact that stabbings are up and people are done. I don't know. Who knows? But as shitty as America is, dude, England is fucked. Way worse. Thank goodness, thank God that Trump won and is, getting stuff squared away. So, we were there right behind England, but now we got Trump, so we're like, oh, okay, good. So England, man, you guys need to figure your stuff out because they got some BS going on there, like big time. All the annoying things that happen in the States, it's worse in England. I'm supposed to go visit my friend in England in a couple of months. He's going to work there, and we were going to meet up. Probably get arrested as soon as I walk off the plane. No. Nobody gives a shit about me. That's the problem. No. All right. So that's it. Appreciate you listening, hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.